This is James Michael Shannon presenting you digital imagery, digital evolution, and sketch images post-production, brought to you by yours truly, Ninja Mosquito. Now, in a nutshell, what the hell does all that mean? We're going to start out by saying, I'm going to teach you from beginning to end how to take from Photoshop and all these other fun programs that I've recently accessed in the last couple of years, how to create video game art. And it starts out with something simple, like what you see in front of you. This was a little sculpture that I have in my office, so I used that to, create an image plane, which is front view, perspective view, and side view. It shows you all the shapes, etc., etc. I used these lines here to kind of give me a directory of what it is and where I need to, go. I'm in Photoshop, so I've got several layers here. This is my background layer, my first layer to make my lines, and my second layer to start drawing. So what we start is we just we get it into a simple shapes. That's what we do, simple shapes, because when you're sculpting or animating or doing all that stuff, you try and keep it simple. Now, in a sense, you trace a little bit here and there, which is good, but always remember to try and keep the idea simple, because that's really what you want. You've got the eyes, move it a little bit, because we're going to take this image that we draw out, we're going to drop it into a program called ZBrush, and we're going to start sculpting on it. Now, I could have taken this image plane that, I have in my background and just dropped this straight into ZBrush and started sculpting on that. But out of spite and, challenging myself, I figured I would start from the beginning, which is, what you see here. But side, get that neck muscle in. You'll have to excuse my face in the background. I am limited with my resources, and I'm still learning each and every day as far as what it takes to create amazing art. I've been going to a school called Full Sail University for the last 3 years. Just about to graduate. So ooh ah to me. And I figured, why not start something that everybody can see, so I can, get my name out there, all that good stuff. But this is more for personal references. So if you watch it, enjoy it. If you watch it, hate it. If you watch it and could care less, that's cool. Just leave a comment below. And, just tell me what you think about my concept of the way to start video game art. Because if I'm way off, then let me know. What I'm going in here is I'm taking these major formations like the cheekbones and the brow, and I'm kind of trying to make it so that when I put it into ZBrush, all those major landmarks for the anatomy, even though it is wood, is there, and it would be, a little less work that I'll have to do with ZBrush, a little bit less guesswork. That way I'll say, oh, okay, this is here, and this, this shape should look like this, etc., etc. Would be a little bit more information when I actually get into ZBrush. But and ZBrush it's an amazing program. You can use it for, I use it for mainly organic modeling. Now there is a program that you can use called Maya, and that's a really good one too, to use for inorganic modeling, props, guns, land formations, all that good stuff. Using a thing called a Wacom tablet, which allows me to zoom in on this stuff and really get detailed into what it is I'm trying to build. Go a little bit darker here. Just kind of draw. There we go. Flip it around, just erase it, because that doesn't quite look right to me. But the great part about ZBrush and all these programs, period, is they're really easy to use. At first, there's always a learning curve. Lord knows I know that. But once you get, the basic hotkeys down, W, E, R, all that good stuff, it's not so bad. Now, what I realized I did is, if you can tell, block that, this chin right here on the bottom of the image plane isn't quite lined up perfectly, so that's going to be a little bit of an issue, but later on. But right now, we're just at the beginning stages of creating this image plane that I will eventually plug into the 3D sculpting. It's not supposed to be perfect. Lord knows, it's not supposed to be perfect. You just need to get those lines, those identifying marks, those landmarks, if you will, to get onto your 3D application. And this is it's a pretty good start. I mean, it's not perfect, but like I said, we're not going for perfection. We're getting in those major landmarks if we can. Let's see. Block that view. So, without all that other background information, as you can tell, it is far from perfect. But that's okay. We're not going for perfection here. What we do after that is we can take this and we can do a couple of things with it. We can go ahead and do a screenshot off of it, which is Control, Command, Shift, and 4 on the MacBook Pro. Or we can go a little bit more detailed into it. We can use that as well. We can use these lines and use this as a helpful reference too, because I don't want to just use this image here. I could, but in a way I feel like to myself is cheating myself out on what could possibly be something that I could say, hey, I did it from beginning to end. So that's the beginning of this pre-production. In a nutshell, that's kind of what I do, and just kind of gives me an idea of where my major landmarks would be: chin, eyebrow. If I wanted to, I could split this in half here. That way, I could kind of get an idea of asymmetrical. He's far from asymmetrical, but that's pretty much the gist of it as far as when it comes to getting your idea out. Concept artists out there, they do a lot of the pre-production like this. They draw out their characters and then they send it to the modelers, etc., etc., and then the modelers go to work. But I hope you can continue to follow this progress. Feel free to write down comments below, and we hope to see you back soon again at Digital Evolution. Thank you. Have a nice night. Enjoy.